how deleting TikTok has helped me. What's up? If you're new here, my name is Josh. Now, in this video, I'm going to share how my experience with TikTok and why deleting it helped me so much. It's such a small detail, but life changing at the same time, you know? To some people, it might sound a little dramatic, but honestly, it really did help me. Now, very recently, around 2 months ago, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I think I said in some of my videos, I went through a breakup about 2 months ago, and it was a very, very healthy breakup. It wasn't messy, it wasn't toxic. It was actually, you know, the best relationship I've ever been in and the best possible breakup ever. I don't know how to explain it, but although it was healthy, after the fact, I was very, very sad, obviously. You go from being with this person who you think, you're gonna marry one day to potentially, I wouldn't know, I'm not God, not. But during this breakup, I had this little scapegoat, and that scapegoat was TikTok. Now, TikTok became this place I kept running to, and not because it was helping me, but because it kept feeding me things that I thought I wanted to see. But here's the thing, the more I scrolled, the worse I felt, because my whole feed became this thing where it was like, oh, breakup videos and things that hit hard at 2 a.m. and stuff, silly stuff like that. And honestly, it was a lot of delusional ideas about relationships. And it was like TikTok saying, oh, you're sad? I bet. Here's some more sadness. So I'll get even more sad every time I scroll on TikTok. And again, it was healthy in a healthy relationship, but obviously I'm gonna feel some type of way because of the healthiness. But when TikTok came in and just slaps all these things on you, you feel worse. Because even though I knew it was healthy myself, I knew that, but they kept throwing me into this loop of sadness and just, it kept feeding me a version of something that wasn't there. And one day I just said, I think it was like a month and a half ago, or month and a half ago around there, I just said, that's enough. I don't want this anymore. Just deleted the app. Not to be dramatic, but it's just like, it was really, it wasn't to prove anything to anybody either, but because it was more of TikTok was controlling my emotions more than I was. And of course, I didn't like that, because it was never about running away from my emotions, because the last video I just said that it's, the title was It's Okay to Feel, and I explained how it is okay to feel, but I want to go through those things myself and not have someone else control how I feel or something else control how I feel, but let myself feel how they feel. Like, go through it, understand it, analyze it, acknowledge it. But I couldn't do that while I was getting all these things into my head, And I'm not gonna lie, the difference was, it was kind of instant. Like, it kind of happened very quick. Not like I healed or anything, like super fast or anything. Well, technically you can't heal from something you weren't broken from. Like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but like, I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, like, I wasn't comparing myself to other people's pains, or because they never know what you're going through. They could say, oh, I know what you're going through, I've been through this, but they never know what you yourself are going through, And also, well, I was being reminded of trying to do better next time and stuff like that. Oh, I know I'm gonna do this next time, if I get another chance, this and this. Like, man, I was just getting fed all this stuff, and I just have these voices in my head all the time. And I didn't like that. So I just said, you know what? Screw this. I do not want this. Because a lot of this isn't even real. Like, these people are telling you all these theories and stuff on TikTok. Like I've made a video about that too. Like you get all these theories on TikTok, like, oh, if this happened, this means because of this, or if this happened because of that. You know, this means that you're gonna have this in the future, and then this is gonna happen when you actually do this. Like I'm like, how do you know that? Are you God? Do you know these things? Like, what's it's because they went through it, so they say, oh, now you're gonna go through it too because I went through it. That makes no sense at all. But anyways, without those constant reminders and that constant sadness I was getting from an app, bro, I was able to feel like I was able to feel what I was meant to feel. You know, you get what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was like I got to feel my own emotions, not what someone else was portraying onto me or what they think I'm supposed to be feeling. Like, oh, yeah, that means this wasn't supposed to be for you and this and that. I'm like, okay, all right, but you know, I just felt what I was supposed to feel, and that's it. You know, I started to see myself only post about relationships only, and I'm like, is this my only personality? Relationships? And I'm like, no, it's not. But I'm making it think that way because this recent thing happened. You know, of course. Um, but if I check my repost list, it's all about relationships. I'm like, yo, don't you want to be better? How is this gonna make you be better if you're just drowning in all this stuff? You think you're healing at the moment, and like, oh yeah, all these videos making me heal. Yes, yes, it's making me heal. All these videos. What? First of all, you know, like I said earlier, there's no healing when you weren't really broken from something. It's more of like you got to understand certain things and do better. Just do better. Um, that was like my situation. I wasn't. The relationship didn't. It wasn't supposed to break either of us. Like, because it wasn't bad. It was a good thing that happened. It was for a good, very, very, very good reason. TikTok itself wasn't the problem. My relationship with TikTok was. I was using it to escape, but really it was just keeping me stuck in a certain space, you know? And again, I have nothing bad to say about that person at all. All great things come out of my mouth from that about that person, but um, it was kind of like TikTok wanted me to, if that makes sense. TikTok wanted me to feel a certain type of way about that person when all that person did for me was good, and then same me to them. It was all good, but it's like they wanted me to make up this reality that didn't exist. And it's like, bro, but we're cool. Like we chilling, we're cool. And also just the doom scrolling I had on that app was too much. Like I'd be up till 3 a.m. scrolling on TikTok. Bro, like I had to get rid of that app. Oh my gosh. I had stuff to do in the morning. Like I had to get up and grind. Over here on TikTok at 3 a.m. Nah, I had to delete that app. I should have deleted the accounts too on there, but you know, I don't even want to open the app to click download or anything. Like I don't even want to do that. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that's really pretty much how it helped me. Like in a way, it can help other people other ways. TikTok can also be beneficial. I'm not saying the app itself is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what I went through and how I overcame it by simply deleting the app. It was that simple for me. And you know, for some reason on Instagram, I never got those videos. I would just, bro, it would just be all these goofy videos or you know, financial stuff. That's pretty much it. I know that when you interact those type of videos, it comes up more, but it's kind of like TikTok already knew I was going through it. They already knew you. We already know how that works, and you know they just fed me all this stuff. But honestly, it's been the past month and a half has been way better than those first 2 to 3 weeks, just because I deleted an app. Just because I deleted an app, and it's crazy what that change made. I'm not saying I'm like this like super healed slash I don't know how to explain it, but it definitely helped me do better, you know, and not keep me stuck in sadness when there's no sadness. There's nothing to be sad about. Like, there's nothing to be sad about. It hurts, of course. It's gonna hurt because it was healthy, but there's no reason we should be sad about this. The best way you can think about it is God knows what He's doing. So whatever that happened, the reason why is because God knows what He's doing. He will reveal it soon. Or like, oh, this is why. Look, boom, this happened. Boom. You know? I don't know. So God only knows. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't know why. I feel like before I wasn't so comfortable talking about this because, you know, I was still in that kind of like, okay, I'm still going through this. And I still am. Wouldn't lie to you. But I'm not like sad in a way. You know, I'm not sad about the situation. If that makes sense. We were together for 3 years. That's all I'll say. I'm not gonna get into the whole details and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys have a blessed day and that God may protect you and your family and your friends. But that's pretty much it. God loves you. I love you. Peace.